Have a good show, Daddy.
Thank you, baby. Say bye.
Bye.
My good people, what it do? Welcome back to another episode of the Unmovable, Unstoppable, Unshakable, Uncomparable, Don't Kill the Messenger podcast. As always, is your boy Marc coming to you live from his living room on his day off. Today is March 25th, 2023, and ladies and gents, we are on episode number 8. Damn, episode number 8. It's so crazy. I remember when I first started this. You couldn't tell me I wasn't going to do only 3 episodes and bail out. Dead ass. I'm notoriously known for starting things and not finishing them. I promise you. Like, I remember episode 1, I had a bass in the corner and I swore to. I said, this is going to be the year I play the bass. I haven't touched that damn bass. It's in the closet somewhere. But the fact that we're moving on to almost 10 episodes, man, I'm really got to say, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the journey. And I'm also thankful and grateful to those of you, my core group of viewers who are experiencing and going through this podcast journey with me. It means a lot to know that you guys are in my corner and that you have my back and that I have your support. So as always, as I say at the beginning of every episode, thank you very much. Also, thanks for the love that you guys are giving me for the look of episode number 7. Now, when I first started this journey, I was using the iMovie because I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know if I was going to be in this for the long haul. So I started editing on iMovie. Guys, got to be honest with you, anybody can edit on iMovie. Like my 6-year-old daughter can edit on iMovie. So I figured that because we were moving, I'm kind of doing my thing, and I really have a passion for this. That I figured that I'll try a new editing software called Final Cut Pro. So they give you a free 90-day trial to kind of try this shit to see if you really want to use it or not. Because I ain't gonna lie, you gotta drop 300 beans to use the software after the 90 days. Got to be honest with you, I used to be on another podcast way back in the day, and I was gonna try to use that particular software then too, but man, at the time it was like Chinese arithmetic. Man, I was like, I can't figure this out. iMovie is way better. I couldn't figure out Final Cut Pro, but being that it's just me and I don't pay anyone to edit my content. It's pretty much the deaths of me, myself, and I. You have to learn things, man. But to tell you guys, no matter what happens in life, if you put your mind to something and you have determination and you have passion to do something, nothing is ever a high enough mountain that you can't get over to learn new things and try new things. So I say that to say that I'm getting really pretty good with the editing part of using Final Cut Pro. So hopefully from show 7 onwards that my show can look a little more polished and a little more clean. We all like clean, crisp visual stuff. You know what I mean? So thank you for the love on saying you like the look of episode 7. Now, my people, today is March 25th, as I just said. Today is a special day. Today is my brother Jerry's 48th birthday. So, Jay, I know you're a stalker, and I know you clearly watch my shit because you always text me corny shit. Bro, happy birthday to your king. Now, my brother Jay, why this is so special, and I won't go into all detail. I don't want to put his life story out there fully. Maybe I'll have him on the podcast one day. He can tell you guys about his life story because if, as I think back on it truly is a remarkable testimony to a person who has acquired certain health issues that he didn't do to himself, and he's kind of been dealt a bad hand as far as that goes in life, to keep it all the way honest with you. But he also doesn't rest on his laurels, and he doesn't make that make him become a victim of any sorts. He's always trying to pursue new things in life, and if he gets knocked down, my brother simply gets back on his 2 feet and he continues to press on. He's annoying as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. Me and my youngest brother, we have chat rooms behind his back talking about how much of a pain in the ass he is, because he is. And Jay, if you're seeing this, we have a chat room behind your back because you're a pain in the ass. But what you're not is not a you're what you are. You're a fighter. What you are is a person who continues to get up and try to continue to go to the next level, no matter the hand you've been dealt. And if you look at it, it is a unfair hand that you have been dealt in life. but you, my brother, are a savage, and I want you to understand that I really mean that from the heart when I tell you that you are a savage, brother. So the fact, mind you, my brother wasn't supposed to live past the age of 25. Like, I remember at one point back in the 90s, we had to send him on like special trips and stuff like that because they was like, well, you better make sure he goes here and there because he's not going to be around. So the fact that you're around, brother, and you almost touching the golden age of 50, let me tell you, man, from your middle brother to your younger brother, we are all proud of you, and we will continue to have your back and support you with what ever it is that you want to do in life, Jay. So I'm not gonna make this long winded if it's not already. Happy birthday, bro, and we love you. Now, speaking of people who kind of doing things no matter the hand they've been dealt. This past week, I'm a bus driver for New York City. For those of you who know, and for those of you who don't know, I'm a driver for New York City. So a special needs kid, he gets on my bus, right? And you can tell he's special needs. You can tell as soon as you look at him that you know he's a special needs kid. So he gets on my bus and he hands me an index card, and I guess on this index card it's where he needs to get off at to get home, right? So he puts in his bus pass. It doesn't work. So I said, that's okay, young man, have a seat. But there's a lady behind him and she says, no, hold on. She gives him the correct pass. He puts it in, it works, and he has a seat. So me and this lady started talking. Now, at first I thought it was his mom, but it wasn't his mom. It was just a lady, because you could tell by the ID that was around her neck. It was a lady, I guess that's a sign to kind of help him, get around and travel, I guess, when he goes to school, things like that. So we get to talking, and I ain't gonna lie, the dad inside of me, bro, was so proud of this young man. I don't know if I'm a hole in the wall, but I knew he was out here trying to do the best with what he's been dealt with. He was trying to do the best with what life gave him. And the fact that he was out here trying to learn to do something that we all take for granted every day, which is taking a public bus from school to home, and he was out there, what I mean? Of course, with the assistance of somebody, but so what? He's out there. That just really made me feel real good about him, man. It made my heart swell on some dad shit. I wanted to like give him an attaboy, you know what I mean? So I started to think about his parents, man, because she, while me and this lady was talking, his aide, she said, yeah, his parents wanted to get to the point where he can do this by himself. All he has to do is come on the bus, show the bus driver the card is where he's going home at, and we can assist him with that. And I just want to say big shouts to his parents, and here's why. And I see my parents do the same thing with my brother and his health issues. They didn't make him a victim. Yeah, he got dealt some bad shit in life. That was probably unfair if you really think about it. Something that was out of his control, you know what I mean? But his parents are putting him in a position to kind of go and live a somewhat normal life. Yeah, there's probably certain things he can't do, right? Because there were certain things my brother Jay couldn't do. But the things that he can do, which, simple as getting on the bus and going home, his parents want to make sure that he experiences that. So I say that because we live in a climate where it seems like everyone is soft and everyone doesn't want to stand on their own too, and everyone's a victim and everyone is offended and everyone is sensitive. So when I see someone who is who is a special needs and he's out there getting it like a savage, yo man, the man inside of me and the dad inside of me just salutes him. As a parent, I salute his parents, because you are showing your young man that despite what life gives you, you can press on and you can do certain things despite your limitations in life. So big shout out to his parents, man. I really, 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 really enjoyed seeing that young man trying to get after it and just, point A to point B. That shit was beautiful. It really was. Okay. So now on my show, I say sometimes I'm going to do something called shit middle-aged people should know, right? Because honestly, there's some shit that we need to know as middle-aged people. You really should. And as I'm doing this show, I'm learning as I go, because there's some shit as a middle-aged person I don't know. Like, I just don't know it. You know what I mean? But if I'm going to find out about it and learn about it, I'm going to sit my ass here on this uncomfortable chair and tell you about it. So let's talk about the things that I think middle-aged people should know. What I think middle-aged people should know is how kind of interest rates and as far as finances go. Okay, so I have a person close to me that's in banking, and this person says to me, the prime is at 8%. And I said, oh my God, damn, that's high, man. The prime is at 8%. And this person said, yep. I said, damn, what the hell is prime? I was acting like it was the worst thing in the world. I didn't know what the hell prime was. So this person started breaking it down to me exactly what prime is. So I have a little understanding of it, and some of you probably know what it is. And like, Mark, you're so slow. It's so late to the game. But for those who are slow and late to the game like me, I'm going to put you on to what prime is and what Fed is. Okay, let's start with Fed. Fed is the central banks of America that pretty much determines the interest rate of the dollar, okay? You follow me so far? And I'm just gonna break this down bare bones so you can have the bare minimum knowledge of what's going on. And if you wanna go more, yo, my good people, go Google. Google is fucking phenomenal. Okay, so the Fed is currently at 5%. So prime, which is at 8%, which my peoples told me that it was, and I was so shocked. Prime is normally 3% higher than what the Fed is. So the Fed is at 5, prime is at 8. Okay, you follow me so far? Now, why is prime so important? Prime is so important because prime is what commercial banks use to determine what the interest rate is they're going to charge a black ass or a white ass or a Chinese, Puerto Rican, whatever, whatever culture you're from. They determine what they're going to charge you when you try to borrow money. What you mean borrow money? I mean when you borrow money, when you try to take out a mortgage, when you try to take out a credit card, when you try to take out a personal loan, when you try to take out a car loan, whatever, credit unions, whatever it is, prime is what the bank uses to determine what they're going to charge people to borrow money. That's very important to know. Now, during the pandemic, the rates were beautiful. I mean, beautiful. Prime was at 3%. I just told you that prime is always 3% higher than the Fed's. During the pandemic, the Fed was at 0. They wasn't charging any interest rates. Any interest rates. You know what I mean? So sometimes these things go up and down depending on how much sometimes they want you to spend money. You know what I mean? And sometimes they don't want you to spend money because when that interest rate is up, they are hoping they can deter you from spending money because the cost of goods is, cost of goods are at where they're at. So during the pandemic, the Fed was at 0, prime was at 3. Everyone was trying to get a home. Everyone was trying to be an investor because this was like a beautiful time, despite all the bullshit that was going on. This was a beautiful time to get into something. Now, forget about it. Like I told you before, trying to find a house in another location, and it's like, God damn. So prime was at 3% now. Now it's at 8. Okay, so why is that so important? Well, the good news is that if you have any sort of money in any sort of substantial money in savings or in your CDs, it's a good thing when prime is up because that means your money is generating interest at a higher rate, which means that's going up. So that's a good thing. But the bad news is, like I just explained to you, if you're trying to borrow some bread from that bank and that prime interest rate is up, then it's going to cost you more to borrow money. Now, I follow these guys called Earn Your Leisure. These brothers, man, I really just think what they're doing, the work they're doing is phenomenal. And they have their own podcast, and they also on every part of social media you want, you can find these brothers. Earn Your Leisure. I'll put something on the bottom so to show you where to go. And the reason why these brothers are important is because they kind of put you onto a game of finance, especially people of Black Americans, pretty much, man. They gyrate towards us because a lot of us don't know what the hell is going on. I just told you I didn't know what prime and Fed is before I even started this, just breaking down this segment. So anyway, these brothers tell you how to invest money, what to invest money in, how to get multifamily properties, stock markets, vending machine businesses, trucking business, whatever it is to have a second, third, or fourth stream of income, which is very important. Guys, if you haven't read Poor Dad, Rich Dad, I don't care if this dude made up the story or not. Get what he's trying to say in this book. So these brothers is pretty much the version of Poor Dad, Rich Dad, and with swag, pretty much. You know what I mean? So it's important for us to know that you're not going to get rich on your job. So anyway, I'm following these bros, and they said that making $100,000 today is not the same like it was a couple of years ago. Now they broke down where $100,000 salary is just garbage. Like, I don't care if you're making $100,000, but if you live in this city, it's worthless. So of course I live in New York City, and of course I make over a certain amount of money. And making $100,000 in New York City is damn near like making $35,000, and that was just mind boggling to me because you live in New York City, as we all know, everything is up, and they try to get every little penny they can squeeze out of you, whether it's a traffic ticket, whether it's a red light ticket, whether it's a this, whether it's a that. New York City will bleed you dry. So I was just thinking, like, okay, so my money is really funny in these streets. Crime is up. I don't see anything as being cleaner or anything. It's like, why the hell am I here? I will solve that problem very soon. Why the hell am I here? So, things middle-aged people should know. Know the difference between Fed. Know the difference between prime. Know why your interest rate is up. Dig into what inflation is. So, I think that's very important for people to know. If you don't know, let's get into the shit, my people. Now, I'm not sure if you heard, but over the past week, a newswoman from Mississippi named Barbie Bassett was fired for saying the term "for sizzle my nizzle," for sizzle my nizzle, for sizzle my nizzle. It's a Snoop Dogg reference. It's a Snoop Dogg lyrics. Black people, white people, Chinese people. I don't care who you are. You all know who Snoop Dogg is. Snoop Dogg has to be one of the most famous rappers in the world, right? Like, who doesn't know who Snoop Dogg is? So if you're gonna know who Snoop Dogg is, you're gonna know Snoop Dogg lyric here or there. Now, we're not talking about early Snoop Dogg, where he was a straight gangbanger. This lyric came from later Snoop Dogg, where he was appealing like your grandmother would know who Snoop Dogg is. So Miss Bassett got into trouble by saying "for shizzle my nizzle" on air. But let's put it into context. She said it because they was talking about the wine that Snoop had that he was promoting, right? And I guess she said, and I'll put the video up, and I guess she was saying something, oh, this is good, and just make a small talk, and she's a southern white woman from Mississippi, and I guess she was trying to be funny, and she said "for sizzle my nizzle," and they told Miss Bassett, thank you for your 20 plus years of service on this news show. Get your bags, get the hell out of here. Got a packing, right? For saying "for shizzle my nizzle," right?
For shizzle, my nizzle.
I'm telling you. Julie, what do you think about that? Huh, she says.
Well, get this.
Now, this isn't the first time Miss Bassett was in some trouble. Last year, sometimes she got in trouble because she said the term "grandmammy." Now, I'm just thinking it's some southern shit. I don't know if it was in context of being. I don't know who these. By the way, I don't know who these things offend. Here's my thought. Maybe I'm just saying this because I'm a New Yorker and I don't know. We cut from a different cloth up here, but I don't see who the hell this could possibly offend. I don't see black people being offended by this. Well, at least not the ones I know. The woman said "grandmammy." Now maybe it's some southern shit from slavery times and you can't say it, but is it enough to get reprimanded, and is it enough to have to issue an on-air apology? Apparently it is, because she had to do that. But now saying "for shizzle my nizzle" is worse because she got fired. She got fired. I was listening to Charlamagne take on this, and he said she probably doesn't even know that "for shizzle my nizzle" means "for sure, my nigga." She probably don't. She just probably was just trying to say some cool shit in the context of the news story, which was talking about Snoop's wine. By the way, I tried Snoop's wine. It's good. The red is really good. You know what I mean? Which is funny because it's grape and blue, but whatever. But the red wine is pretty decent, and it's cool interactive shit. Like if you put the phone towards the wine label, he'll say like "for shizzle my nizzle." I don't know. He'll say some Snoop Dogg shit. But anyway, so she probably don't know what it is, and she gets fired from that. Guys, I don't know about you. I am so tired of canceling people for the dumbest shit. Whatever happened to being funny? Whatever happened to being humorous? Yeah, she said some corny shit. She was trying to be cool and hip. But is it really that offensive? And who the hell is it offending? They should have like a segment of the people who get offended by shit like that. Like, who the hell decided that saying "for shizzle my nizzle" was offensive? You want to know why it was offensive? Because she's white. Let's just be all the way 100. Because I guarantee you, if it was a black southern lady up there and she said "for shizzle my nizzle," it wouldn't be a problem. So this comes to the point where white people can't say shit. You can't even say "for shizzle my nizzle" without being fired and deemed racist, and it's something being deemed offensive all across the board. And it seems like we're talking about one of these every week. All across the board. This shit is getting annoying. Please, let's stop. Cancel culture gotta go. It's gotta go. I can't stand it. Making me sick. Now, listen. if you follow hip hop, you know what happened this week. Like, you know what happened this week. And if you don't follow hip hop, you've probably heard of this guy. And I promised myself I would not talk about what I deem fuckery on my show, especially when it comes to young hip hop stuff. Because honestly, I'm a man of a certain age and I got better shit to do and better shit that holds my interest to talk about. I really do. But here's why I might have to change that policy. Because I'm seeing that no matter if it's hip hop, no matter if it's politics, all of it, ladies and gentlemen, all of it is pure fuckery. Like, all of it. Okay, so the rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine was super viral this week because little man got his ass beat in the LA Fitness in Miami. He got the brakes beat off him.
I don't give a fuck, nigga. Shut the right stuff on the ground, nigga. Shut the fuck, nigga. That's how they gonna treat you. Bitch ass. Mickey Mouse ass, clown ass nigga. Do something. Go ahead.
I mean, they beat the boy bad inside the men's bathroom. Now, why are they beating poor Tekashi 6ix9ine? Why are they beating his ass? Here's why. Because in the streets, he is known as something called a rat. Or, as my brother Julio would say, a rat-a-thump. Why is he a rat? What did he do? Unless you've been under the rock or unless you just don't follow this type of stuff, let me put you on. So, Tekashi 6ix9ine, a couple of years ago, was like one of the most on fire rappers at the time. I mean, he was on fire. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. He wasn't like a lyricist, but little man made some music that I ain't gonna lie, it's good workout music. It really is, man, to me. But the younger generation really gravitated towards his energy. So he was on fire. He was on top of the world. Now, apparently, he was a member of a blood set, right? A street gang out here in New York. So it seemed to me like this marriage between Tekashi 6ix9ine and this gang was a one hand washes each other. Hey, listen, little man, you get down with this gang, you have street cred. And then the gang, and then Tekashi, hey man, yo, you come on board, you make some money, and you have my back. Hey man, it's a win-win situation. But here's where it became an un-win-win situation. Them brothers was real. Them brothers was out here doing real street stuff. You know what I mean? There really was. And he got involved in some of that real street stuff. Street stuff. So things happen. It leads to prosecutions and indictments with these particular men. And then what happened? Little man, Tekashi 6ix9ine, ratted his gang out. Got on the stand, colorful hair and all, pointed fingers. He did this, he did that, he did this. Now, I'm a civilian, bro. You do something against me, I'm calling 5-0, I'm ratting on everybody. I'm telling, like, you know what I mean? But I'm also civilian enough to know that I'm not a criminal and I'm not doing criminal activities with anybody. That is not in my lane. But if you decide to do so and you decide to put yourself out there and get off that sidewalk, you are now officially in the streets. And if you're in the streets, there's certain rules and codes you have to abide by. And it's not a black thing, it's just a street thing. Italian people abide by these certain rules. Chinese gangs abide by these certain rules. If you're just a gangster in general, there's certain rules you have to abide by. And one of the rules is if you get caught doing some shit with the homies, you do not rat on the homies. You take one for the team because you know what this is. This is the life that we live. This is the life that we decided to live. This is right. Well, shit got hot. And little man ratted on the squad, and these particular men are now currently serving time with the help of his testimony. So he is branded a rat. Being a rat, especially in the hip hop community, is not a good look. But if you follow him on his social media page, it looks like Little Man is out here having a really good time of it. The Little Man is out here living his best life. He's in Mexico. He's going to soccer games. He's with hot girls. He's giving money to poor people in Bosnia. I mean, Little Man is out here living his best life. I don't know how his best life got him into a LA Fitness in Miami, but that's the way he was. And here's the funny shit, and I'm going to give him 4 keys to not getting your ass beat in the gym if you're a rat. But Little Man was out here on a Stairmaster in a bubble coat. Yo, he's in Miami, first of all. It's hot. Why are you on the Stairmaster with a bubble coat, bro? You already skinny, my guy. But he's in the Stairmaster in a bubble coat, and I'll put up
9 in right before he got jumped.
Guys, it's 6ix9ine. What's he doing here?
Now listen, he had to know that he has to watch his back. He's in Miami. Miami is like, it's like 50% of the Hispanic population from New York, bro, done decided 10 years ago, yo, we moving to Miami, bro, because it ain't cold down there. So I don't understand what he was thinking. But here's the good news. Us good people at Don't Kill the Messenger podcast always have concern for people, and we want to make sure that people put themselves in a proper, safe environment. We don't want to see anyone, and I mean anyone, get their brains beat out on a men's bathroom floor. It's not a good look, papa. So, because I'm a caring individual, I'm going to give you 4 keys, and I mean 4, not 5, not 3, but 4 of them things, cuatro, things that you should do in the gym if you're a rat. These are certain things that you should do. Now, I don't know these rules because I'm a rat, but I'm just thinking as a smart individual, you should do these 4 key things to go to the gym if you're going to the gym and you're a government informant. Let's get to key number 1. Bro, I don't care if you're smashing, bro. I don't care if you're going to food shopping. I don't care if you're in a sauna, bro. No matter where you go, if you are a rat, you make sure you have the proper security along with you, especially if you can afford it. And apparently this man's giving out money to poor people in Bosnia. Well, maybe not Bosnia. I'm not sure where, but I've seen him give out millions of dollars to poor people, bro. You could afford to have at least 2 security people with you on that Stairmaster, bro, while you working out doing 20 minutes hit cardio in your puffer in your puffer jacket. Like, there's no way you should not have security with you at all times. Listen, man, I am a citizen. I can go to the gym whenever I want with no security. Why? Because nobody wants to kill me. But when you're a rat, especially a famous rat, you can't do that. Bro, the streets are not forgiving for rats. It's like 2 things in the streets and jail that people are known to always hold a grudge against, bro. 1 is it's pedophiles. Bro, if you're a petty, that's going to stay on you for life. You cannot be a reformed petty. There's no such thing. If you're a pedophile, you're a pedophile. I don't care if you did it when you was 15, 20. The shit is going to carry through you with life. 2, you can't be a rat, bro. You can't be a rat and think you're going to have a good time at it. You're not. Alpo ratted on people in the 80s. Those that know what happened to Alpo. And you see how old he was when he finally got. The streets is a very unforgiving place, ladies and gents, and that's why my ass decided to just stay on the sidewalk where I can go get fucking lattes and caramel iced coffees. I want no parts of that shit, my guy. So, key 1, always, and I mean always, bro, always. I don't care if it's at the barbershop. Make sure you have security with you if you're a rat. Okay. This is rule number 2 to 6ix9ine. If you're going to continue to go to the gym, bro, never do that Stairmaster again in your life, bro. Never. Bro, you don't need the Stairmaster, my guy. You're at least 110 pounds soaking wet. What you need to do is do strength training, bro. You need to hire a team of security guards that are trainers, and you need to work out with them, bro. There's no way, little man, you should be doing the Stairmaster, bro. You should not be doing the Stairmaster, bro. You need to be lifting weights. You need to be drinking protein, bro. That's what you need to be doing. Push-ups, calisthenics, whatever it is. You do not. Bro, if you go back to the gym, if you get over this beat down that you got in the men's room, bro, never get back on that Stairmaster. Not a good look, my guy. Not a good look. And, bro, this is rule number 3 for the little homie, man. And I mean anybody who wants to emulate him, or just anybody in general. Guys, did you see the shorts homie was wearing? You see them goddamn shorts? Yeah, bro, even if he wasn't a rat, bro, just for wearing those shorts alone, he just got his ass beat. Bro, what are you doing, bro? Come in. Wearing them shorts, bro. Bro, don't ever. Takashi, listen, Ovi. Don't ever wear those shorts to the gym again, bro. Wasn't a good look, bro. No bueno. No bueno. And I'm going to put up a picture of him in them shorts, bro. Bro, them shorts is not good. Yo, bro, burn them shorts, bro. I think you would have got your ass beat if you wasn't a rat or not, bro. You got colorful hair and you wearing those shorts. No good. No good. No good. Don't ever wear them shorts again. Burn them shits. Now, here's the last rule, the last key for rats or Takashi, whoever surviving in the gym. Listen, like I told you, I take your personal safety very seriously. I really do. I am a person who is down all for the I'm two-way all day, baby. I'm down for the Second Amendment. I believe it is everybody's right to protect themselves from harm. Self-defense is key in my book. So like I said, I take your personal safety very seriously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a video of a guy I think you should go see to make sure these particular situations don't happen to you again. And I mean, I think if you follow this guy's technique, I think if you listen to this guy and you really absorb in everything he's saying, I think if you decide to go back to that LA Fitness again, I really believe you would be better off following this guy. I really do.
I want to be famous too. Detroit was all training. This is what you do when you want to survive. When you are at LA Fitness or any other place, and you're 6'9", or you're 69 years old, or if you're born in 1969 like me, this is how you survive. Number one, the first one touches you, pulls you, they're gonna get dropped. As soon as he grabs, turn, he stomps, you hook, and you stomp him out repeatedly until he's broken. Next one comes up, same thing, block, trap, stomp, hooking his leg. These intelligent options will increase.
Oh man, bro, you can't make this shit up, man. It's some wild times, baby. I have a love-hate relationship with the internet. It's some wild times, man. But I really think if you follow this dude, you'll be all right, man. And that's the 4 keys. That's the 4 keys to Tekashi surviving the gym. Because I really feel like it is everybody's right, if you're a rat or not, that you should really be able to go to the gym and work it out without getting your rainbow-colored brains stomped all over the men's bathroom. I will say this, the last point to wrap that up. I wouldn't be surprised, however, if it was all staged. Remember last week we talked about Jesse Smollett and how he got his, how he arranged the whole things for 2 brothers to pose as white people to beat his ass, and he did it all for sympathy and to be a victim. Guys, I really wouldn't be shocked if this young man staged this whole situation. I mean, the culture not we, because I know the people who do this show and the people who watch the show, we don't subscribe to that madness, but it's just so crazy that being a victim or any sort of thing to get notoriety is crazy. But then again, you're talking to a guy who does a podcast on his day off, so maybe I'm also part of the problem too, but I wouldn't be totally shocked if the young man made this whole shit up. Now, let's talk about another dude that been in the news all week. And the comparison between these two people is what is the reason why I might just have to start talking a little more about the hip hop fuckery. Donald Trump was in the news all week. Now, Tekashi 6ix9ine, Donald Trump, they both have similarities. When I was doing my notes and I was kind of like, comparing the two, I was like, damn, man, they're really pretty much the same person, but on a total spectrum of, life or whatever. Now, one might say that Tekashi 6ix9ine is the Donald Trump of hip hop. One might say that. Seriously, like you either hate him or you love him. There's no in between. You like him or you don't. You want to kill him or you don't. You know what I mean? And Donald Trump might be the 6ix9ine. You try saying Tekashi 6ix9ine. Oh, I just said it. He might be the Tekashi 6ix9ine of politics. You either hate him or you don't. Now let's get into Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump last Saturday said that the following Tuesday he was going to get indicted, that an indictment was coming down on him. He went on his platform, Truth Social, and he told whoever would listen, his followers, that, yo, bro, it's going down on Tuesday. They're going to put your boy in handcuffs. Stand strong for me. Take your nation back. Let's not do this. Let's get out on these streets and let's protest this. You know what I mean? Now, I wish Donnie wouldn't have done that. 045, that sounds like the same shit you did before January 6 pop off, and you're giving the other side more fuel to say, you see what I mean? Donald Trump always inciting some bullshit, but Trump did that, right? What is Donald Trump being indicted for? What the hell? Now, mind you, they've been trying to indict this man on everything. Yo, they said he's in collusion with Russia. They said that 045, he's in bed with Russia. I just said that, right? They're saying that he had classified documents. I mean, they've been trying to hang Trump ever since he got to office. And the only reason the document thing didn't stick is because we come to find out that, Joe Biden has also classified documents. So I don't know if you noticed, but that energy with that kind of fell down because it's like, well, shit, I mean, he got it too. So what are we going to do? Try to hang him on this? So Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg is trying to get up a grand jury to kind of bring a case against Donald Trump. What did Donnie do now, guys? Okay, so back in 2016 when he was on the campaign trail and things was really getting hot and heavy, Donald Trump, apparently back in the day, I want to say it's 06 or 09, I'll put the correct date below, he was involved with a porn star named Stormy Daniels. Now, he was smashing her. Now, mind you, he was married at the time, but Donald Trump wasn't the first rich and powerful man to smash, to have a side chick. I'm pretty sure Stormy Daniels wasn't the first chick he was smashing while he was married, right? So mind you, he's 60 at the time. She's 27. Donnie met her on the golf club. He's like, oh my God, you look so good. You want to give me some? I don't know. I got the worst Trump impersonation in the world. So anyway, that popped off, right? Now Donnie runs for president. Stormy Daniels is trying to now tell this story to anybody. I don't know if she was down on her luck, you know what I mean? But now she's trying to tell the story to anybody who will listen at the time. Hey, me and old boy, we smashed. You sure you don't want to buy the story? It could be yours for a certain fee. It's an exclusive. But nobody was really trying to check with her. And then a video came out of Donald Trump, the infamous video of Donald Trump saying he was going to grab that, he don't matter, man. All you got to do is grab the chicks by the kitty and they'll let you. So this video goes viral. Oh my God, how can a man say this? How can a rich, powerful man say that he could just grab chicks by the kitty? Now, Stormy Daniels peoples reached back out to Trump team, which was then at the time was headed by someone named Michael Cohen, who was Trump's attorney, and said, hey man, you sure you don't want to buy the story from me, player? And Michael Cohen then said, all right, come here, let's talk, right? So boom, Michael Cohen gave her $130,000, right, for the story. But when I say he gave her money for the story, he pretty much gave her money to make it go away. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, I just told you, $100,000 ain't shit in New York. $130,000 is not a lot of money, man. It's really not. I'm surprised she sold it. Like I said, she must have had some hard times. I don't know her backstory like that, but it had to be some hard times if you're selling your story for that cheap. I mean, damn, you couldn't get like $500,000. I mean, that story at that time was at least a cool $500,000, right? But they paid her off. But when I say they, Michael Cohen, Trump's attorney then, and fixer, so to speak, gave her the money, and Trump paid Michael Cohen back for legal fees, okay? So you follow me so far? The story is juicy, baby. Okay, so now, fast forward to now, Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg says, that's against the law. I feel like we should have a grand jury come and indict him on giving people hush money. Guys, at best, giving people hush money is a misdemeanor. And mind you, this happened almost 7 years ago. I don't know why they're bringing this back up. So anyway, all this stuff is happening. More fuckery, just not in hip hop, guys. It happens in politics, as we all know as well. All this stuff is happening. Trump is going out of his Trumpian mind. He is on fire. He is saying there will be death and destruction. Death and destruction if he gets indicted. His people are not going to stand for that.
Such a false charge could be catastrophic for our country. Why and who would do such a thing? Only a degenerate psychopath that truly hates the USA there. So that all coming as this has been quite the week for the former president. If you remember last Saturday saying that he would be arrested.
I really wish he wouldn't use that verbiage. It's not going to go well. Please, it's not going to go well. Trump, shut up. Stop saying that. But he low-key is right, because over the last 3 days when all this was popping off, 045 raised $1.5 million for his political war chest, bro. He raised that money in 3 days after he went on Truth Social and said, bro, I'm about to get indicted. Chris Rock made a good point. Chris Rock said what they're doing is probably It's bad political chess, and here's why. Because when you do that, all you're doing is galvanizing the crazy part of his base. Guys, I voted for Trump. There's people like me. I know you might be shocked, but there's people that also look like me that voted for Trump. There's people that don't look like me that voted for Trump. And I promise you guys, we're all not going out of our cotton picking mind. We're all just living our everyday lives and moving on and trying to figure this thing out, right? But the fringe part of the people who voted for Trump, right? They're saying, Chris Rock is saying, yo, why would you indict that man? Why would you do that? Because you're only going to stir them up, bro. And he also said, which is a very good point, yo, doing that is like Tupac getting arrested back in the 90s. He's only going to sell more records, guys. You know what I mean? Which is very true. So you're only galvanizing that crazy section, that fringe part of Trump voters. You know what I mean? So to me, at this time, for something that happened back in 2016, it just doesn't, to me, make any sense why the Manhattan DA is doing this. Now let's get into the backstory of this Manhattan DA. Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg is a black American man, and he got voted into the office. And when he first came on the scene, he was saying things that were pissing a lot of, I want to say, grown New Yorkers off, because a lot of felonies he was going to make misdemeanors. You know what I mean?
Those big changes announced by Manhattan's new district attorney. Alvin Bragg says it is time to make that move to keep his campaign promise of criminal justice reform.
He says he'll stop seeking prison sentences for some criminal charges and will downgrade some felony charges in cases including armed robberies and drug dealing.
Now, everyone knows that there's been some sort of bail reform in New York City since, well, not even since he took over. I want to say it happened during the de Blasio era. But someone can literally slap the shit out of your mama. I mean, slap her, steal her purse, get caught, get arrested on a Monday, and you might possibly see that person out on the streets on a Wednesday. I'm not going to say this person's name, but I have a very dear friend of mine who told me that something happened to her kid and somebody did some shit, and they called and made all sort of complaints. And let's just say it was on a Monday, and literally by Thursday, that person was back out in the streets. So you have to understand that Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg is not looked at by everyday hardworking New Yorkers who's just trying to survive and make it, where $100,000 salary, it feels like 30. They're just trying to make it in an everyday environment. You know what I mean? So he is not anyone's cup of tea, whether we want to or not. I don't know why we keep voting these people in. I really don't, but that's neither here nor there. That's for another show. So this is Alvin Bragg. So here's my opinion that no one asked for. No one ever asked for my opinion by anyone on this show, and for some reason I keep on giving it. Bro, he's using the law as a weapon, bro. Bro, the Democrats have a hard-on for Donald Trump. Bro, you see that, and I don't care if you're a Trump supporter or not, or a Trump voter. Let's just say, I don't care if you voted for Trump. Let's say that. Because Trump supporter sounds like if you're black, you're sell out, and if you're white, you're a white supremacist. So let's just say that if you're a Trump, even if you're not a Trump voter, you have to see that they're using things and they're trying to do things to make sure that this man doesn't run for president the next go round. Alvin Bragg is using this as a weapon. He really is. Why are you going after this man for giving people hush money? You know what I mean? The one thing that drives me crazy about Democrats is that they act like they're so morally superior than Republicans. And that shit kills me. Guys, you're all corrupted. Guys, you all have some sort of power. All of you guys from both sides of the aisle. You're all as crooked as shit. You really are. But the Democrats have this thing where they act like they are so morally better than Republicans. To me, they're more full of shit. At least with a Republican, and this is my opinion, at least you know where you stand. You know what I mean? And since I'm standing there, I only ask for a couple of things. I only ask that I could defend myself. I only ask that government don't be all of my business and force me to do things like take the vaccine and things like that. And you leave me alone. Small government. I'm all for small government. Apparently, the Democrats don't want it that way. So I feel like Alvin Bragg is using his position and his office as a weapon to make sure that Donald Trump does not be able to run or have another go at it for the United States president candidacy. You know what I mean? Now, here's why I got to bang Trump on. Trump is using social media as a weapon as well. Yo, Trump, the verbiage you're using, guy, 045, it's not good, man. Because no matter what, when you say things like, yo, it's going to be death and destruction, when you say things like, yo, man, take your nation back, you know what they're going to compare it to, man. They're going to compare it to January 6th, man. You be going, and sometimes I feel like, and that's why I don't understand the people that would actually listen to him and not listen to him, but, you know, because trust me, I understand why he's likable. Trust me. Like I said, I voted for him. But I don't understand people that will put their livelihood, to support He's a rich guy. He don't care, man. You think he's gonna bail you out? Remember the January 6th dude, the guy with the horns? He was supposed to be the world's worst person in the world. I mean, it's a white dude with horns, right? I mean, he looks the part. He looks like, yo, if white supremacy had a poster boy, it looked like the dude from January 6th with the horns, right? Right. But as you got deeper into it, as you know, the Tucker Carlson piece came out, yo, the homie with the horns was really just walking around. Not saying that they wasn't off the charts, and you know, certain people deserve to be certain, have certain things. But Donald Trump never offered to bail that man. Now that man is sitting in jail right now for wilding out. So I say that to say, guys, if you're a Trump crazy person, right? You know, I'm just a Trump voter. I ain't a Trump crazy person. But if you're really living on the words and you're living and dying on his words, guys, please don't go out there and protest. Or do dumb shit and cause death and destruction. Because Donnie ain't coming to get you, baby. Donnie will not save you. He's not coming to get you, bro. He's not coming to get you. But and it also seemed like as the week went on, you know, while stuff was coming out, it seems like there was some white substance. It could be anthrax, it could be coke, it could be baby powder. Who knows what it is? If I find out while I'm editing this, I'll put it on. I'll put it on the bottom. But it seems like there was white substance mailed to the Manhattan DA's office with Alvin Bragg, in an envelope with Alvin Bragg's name on it. So you see how this thing can go left. You see. You know, these politicians, man, they play these games of political chess, and, you know, they're both, excuse my mouth when I say this, but they're both trying to see who has the biggest dick in the room, and that goes for men politicians and female politicians. And it seems like they really don't care about the average everyday American. Bro, the average everyday American just want to make sure he has enough money to live on. We just want a vacation. We just want to take care of our families, and we just want to try to have whatever it is that is called the American dream, or at least the pursuit of it. You know what I mean? That's it. But to play these political games, who did this, weaponizing the law, twisting, things to favor you. I mean, come on, man. If the guy's going to run, just let it be straight up. Just let him run. You know what I mean? Now, mind you, if he ran again, before we get off this topic, if he ran again, I probably wouldn't vote for him. You know what I mean? I have a guy in mind I probably would vote for. It definitely is not Biden. Definitely not. But I have a guy that if he puts his hat in the ring, man, he's gonna have my support. And if he does put his hat in the ring, I'm gonna have a show, like, because I think he's getting a bad rap, you know, right now, which I don't think he deserves, but that's neither here nor there. So that's what's going on. So I say all that to say that Tekashi 6ix9ine, Donald Trump, both big personalities, both full of either you love them, either you hate them, but it's literally the same shit. It's literally the same person if you close your eyes and, you know, and just think about the gravitas that both these men seem to have when it comes to people paying attention to what they said or what they did. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, I was thinking about what today's message of the day would be. I was like, okay, what should be the message of the day? What do I feel? Now, normally when I do my message of the day, they're normally things that I'm trying to tell myself during the week to kind of push through and have the motivation to continue. Because sometimes in adult life, this shit gets kind of difficult. You know what I mean? So you have to kind of give yourself a pep talk to kind of push through. So like I told you at the beginning of the show, my brother Jay, he was born with certain health issues, and then I was telling you about the young man who came on the bus and was trying to make a go at it. So I feel like what I want to say for the message of the day is to run your own race. Now, these two men, one older, one a young teenager, they're running their race and they're doing the best that they can. Listen, run your race, no matter what that is. But just know this, it's your race. It's not your race to be compared to anybody. It's not a race that you're trying to outrun someone so you can say you're better than that person. No, you're running your race. You're staying in your lane. You got your blinders on, and you kind of focus on what you're focusing on. And that's whatever it is in life that you're trying to do. If you're trying to open your own business, if you're trying to love yourself a little more, if you're trying to give yourself a little more life, you know what I mean? Because sometimes we can go away from that if you're a parent, or if you're just hard at work trying to take care of your family. Sometimes we can kind of go, a little off-centered with taking care of ourselves. So My message of the day, man, is just continue to run your race, man. Continue to run your race. Don't compare your life to anyone else's life or whatever you're doing with whatever anyone else is doing. Listen, I know on IG everyone seems to be having a great time at it, right? I know it seems like everyone's life is great. Yours suck because you don't look like this person. You don't have the body like this person. You don't have the money like this person, and so on and so forth, right? I know it seems dire. I know you look like the biggest loser in the world, but here's the thing: you're not the biggest loser in the world, man. You know what I mean? You're running your race, and whatever it is you're trying to do, just know you will eventually get there because you put on your shoes. You know what I mean? You put on your shoes, you went to the starting line, and when they sounded that gun off, your ass is running. Now some people might get to that finish line faster than you, and that's okay, but you're still in the race, man, and you're going at a good pace and you're running your race. So remember, do not compare yourself to anybody else's race. Remember just to continue to keep your head up, put your shoulders back, and you keep on running your race, and you keep on doing it, whatever it is that you're doing to make you happy and to make you fulfilled. If that is going to therapy, if that's, I don't know, starting a podcast, if that's taking vacation here and there, if that's opening a new business, whatever it is, continue to run your race and don't compare yourself to anyone, and continue to do the best that you're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's March 25th, man. It's cloudy outside, and I got to be honest with you, I don't care, because as soon as I finish this podcast, I'm going to put on my gym gear and I'm going to go get after it for about an hour. Listen, as always, I want to thank you guys for the nice texts and the words and the comments and the views. My core audience who's just going to follow me, because I see I have a certain number of people who's going to support the boy, and you know what I mean, and watch my stuff and share my stuff. You know what I mean? From the bottom of my heart, man, thank you. Listen, I always post little clips on my IG page, whether it's my personal page or the show page. So whenever you see those clips, man, I just need one favor from you guys. Make sure you're reposting it for me. You know what I mean? Kind of get the word out to your friends who might not know your boy is almost in his 50s and he just started his own podcast. You know what I mean? That would be a great help to your boy, and I really appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, remember, you only live by two simple terms on this show, you know what I mean? And it's really not hard to do, you know what I mean? Yeah, I want you to love others, I really do, man, because it's your man costs you nothing to love your fellow human being. But honestly, what's more important than that? Because you can't love them if you're not loving yourself. So whatever it is you're doing this week, remember, continue to run your race. Don't compare yourself to anybody else, and continue to love yourself and pour into yourself so you can be the best version of you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Marc, and from the desk, that means me, myself, and I. Always thank you for the love and the support, and I will see you on episode number 9. And as always, peace. Hey, good people, what's up? It's your boy Marc. Listen, thank you very much for supporting the podcast. I put out an episode a week, so make sure you go into the playlist and check out all the back episodes from the catalog. And as always, thank you for the love and your support.